My girlfriend asked for a hall pass, and that's when I knew I had to marry her. Sophie and I had been together since 6th grade, and now we were 3 weeks from college graduation. Then she sat me down in our favorite coffee shop, hands shaking. I need a hall pass, she said, not meeting my eyes. There's this guy Luke from my philosophy class. He's leaving after graduation, moving to Seattle. I'll never see him again. I need one night. She'd been different since her cancer came back junior year. We thought we'd beaten the leukemia, but she'd been acting strange lately, secretive with her phone, leaving study groups early, coming back to our dorm late with vague excuses. You can say no, she added, but I'll resent you forever for stealing this from me when I might not have much time left. For weeks, I'd watched her guard her phone like a secret, quickly darkening the screen whenever I approached, though not before I caught her smiling at whatever she was reading. She'd been mentioning Luke more often in conversation, commenting on how smart and cool he was. Each day brought new pressure as she turned crueler about her request. Maybe I just need to know what it's like to be with someone who doesn't see me as this fragile, sick thing, she said, and that stung. Someone who doesn't know my whole history, who just sees me as Sophie, not Sophie with cancer. When she pulled up Luke's Instagram to show me, I understood why she was drawn to him. This athletic philosophy student with photos of mountain hikes and academic conferences, exactly the kind of intellectual adventurer Sophie would find fascinating. By Friday, she'd planned everything out. There was a day party Saturday at the Pike House for graduating seniors where Luke would be. I'm doing this whether you approve or not, she said matter-of-factly. I'm just giving you the courtesy of knowing one afternoon, that's all. Soon, Jess was texting me, calling me selfish, insisting Sophie deserved to live before it was too late. My own roommate took her side when I told him, dude, if she's gonna die, just let her have this, he said. What's one afternoon compared to 12 years? Saturday came. I tried to stay in my room, tried to play video games, tried to sleep. But at 2 p.m., I saw her from my window walking across campus in a sundress I'd never seen before, her hair done in a way that took effort. She was smiling, checking her phone, practically bouncing as she walked. I couldn't help myself. I followed at a distance, baseball cap pulled low. She walked toward Greek Row, toward the Pike House where music was already blasting, but then she walked right past it. My heart dropped as she continued to the Sigma Chi House 3 doors down. A guy came out to meet her on the front steps, tall, confident, but looking nothing like the athletic philosophy student from the photos. This guy was thinner, wearing glasses, clearly nervous. Luke. She laughed at something he said in that way she used to with me. They didn't go inside. Instead, they started walking together toward campus, Sophie gesturing wildly as she told some story, making him laugh, walking close enough to seem familiar. They looked comfortable together, natural, like they'd done this before. I kept following, feeling insane. They walked past the student union, past the library, all the way to the university hospital. My stomach turned. Everyone knew what the Saturday afternoon clinic at University Hospital was for. That's where kids went for STD testing after their hookups, for Plan B, for all the consequences of Friday night mistakes, the walk of shame destination. I felt physically sick watching them head toward those doors. While Luke went inside, Sophie waited on a bench, absorbed in her phone, radiating contentment. After 20 minutes, he reappeared wearing a medical bracelet and carrying papers. Their hug looked celebratory until I noticed Sophie wiping her eyes. She turned and froze when she saw me. The color left her face instantly. Why are you here? She whispered, backing away from Luke. You were supposed to be forgetting about me. Please leave, Sophie said softly, but Luke looked confused. Wait, is this your boyfriend? The one you've been talking about nonstop? Sophie's face crumbled. Don't, she whispered, but Luke kept going. She said you were broken up. I don't understand. He looked between us. I'm just here for the medical stuff, the transplant. The world tilted. What? Luke showed his paperwork. Bone marrow donation. Final consent forms before Thursday. He looked at Sophie. You said he knew. Sophie collapsed on the bench, sobbing. The truth spilled out. There was no philosophy Luke. She'd invented him. Faked the Instagram with stock photos. This Luke was from Be the Match Registry. He was a student here. The only match within 500 miles who could do the procedure before it was too late. The one night she'd demanded, his consent appointment. Every detail had been carefully orchestrated. The cancer's killing me, she said. 50-50 survival rate even with the transplant. You're 22. You shouldn't be planning a funeral instead of a wedding. I wanted you angry enough to move on, to find someone else, to live without watching me die. I couldn't bear the thought of you watching me fade away. All those secretive texts were medical coordinators and transplant logistics. Luke stood there awkwardly. Every appointment, all she talked about was making sure you'd be okay. The transplant is Thursday. I'll be there. The ring is still in my dorm. She loved me enough to break both our hearts trying to save mine.